All right, this video is for the lesson 8.5 homework. Do you guys, so all of these formulas are in the notes. Do you guys want a sticky note to write these on? So you kind of just got them in a spot. Would that help? Okay, let me grab some sticky notes. Okay, so first formula is the area when given the radius. So yesterday we talked about the apothem. The apothem goes from the center to the middle of a side. So the apothem on this thing is like here. That's the apothem. That's this little a that it's looking for. This piece that's labeled from the center to a corner, that's the radius. Okay? So first formula that we have, if we've got the radius, we can find the apothem. So that is A equals R times the cosine of 180 over N. N is the number of sides. N equals number of sides, wherever you want to write that. So let me grab a pen a little bit dark here. So if we want to find the apothem here, so our radius is the 2.8. So that goes where the R is. And then cosine. And then 180 over, and this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. So I don't know, to me it's a little bit easier to find the apothem today because we've got, again, just a basic formula that we can plug into. So we've got 2.8. Ooh, remember, calculator, better be in degree. Check it really quick. If it's not, I will help you switch it over. And then 180 over 8. Anything that comes after one of those trig ratios, cosine, sine, tangent, that goes in parentheses. So make sure that you get parentheses around that whole thing. And then we're going to round to two numbers after the decimal today. So the apothem here is 2.59, and it would be yards. Okay. Area. Area if we have the apothem and the radius. So here's your next formula. Area equals R squared times N times sine, and this is 360 over N, and then all of that is over 2. So there's a lot of pieces to put in, but again, there's nothing that we have to really calculate for ourselves. Let me get this to focus. It's already getting blurry on me. There we go. Okay. All right. So how we would fill this one in. I'm going to do it on another sheet of paper so I can write really big. All right. So we're looking for the area. All right, R is the radius, so 2.8, but I'm going to stick it in parentheses because it's squared, okay? I just want to make sure my calculator knows what it's doing. And then times N is the number of sides. We said the number of sides is 8. And then sine of 360, N again, over 8. And then all of that is over 2. And then you can type that in your calculator. So there's no N solve, there's none of that craziness today. So I'm just going to put a fraction in. I'm going to do 2.8 squared times 8, ooh, sine, and then 360 over 8, and then over 2. Rounding to 2 decimal places again. So we get 22.17, and this is going to be yards squared. So what do you guys think? Same as yesterday or harder than yesterday?
Same.
About the same? Okay, that makes me feel better because I really thought we were going to be on a roller coaster today. So number 3 is the exact same way. Okay, so we got to find the apothem. So that's this top one. So radius, So again, you're looking to where it hits. If it hits the corner, that's a radius. So 17.1 and then cosine and then 180 over, this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. And then we just can plug it in. 17.1 cosine 180 over 6. And that will round, that one round to 14.81. Ooh, I got something different the first time I did that. I bet you it's 0.81. I got 01. I bet I just hit the wrong key. Okay, area is the second formula. Okay, so area equals, so radius is 17.1 squared times the number of sides. And if you want to write that to like number of sides, n equals 6, just so you kind of have all your values where you don't have to count every time if you forget. 6. And then sine 360 over that n again, 6, and then all of that's over 2. So it's plug and chug is what it is. Put the pieces in the right places. 360 over 6 over 2. I got 759. That's what I got the first time. So 759.70, and then this is inches squared. Okay. So now they've given us the perimeter. We still have to find the apothem. So if you look at this diagram, see how this line goes to the center of the side instead of going to the corner? That's an apothem. We still have to have the apothem to find the area. Okay? So, there's another way. So here's how we did it before if we have the radius. But we can do it if we have the side length. Okay? So we can find the apothem. And if you want to do another sticky note, you might do that. You might take another one and stick it here. That way it's with the questions, because what the formulas I'm about to use go with these 4 questions, okay? So A equals, it's going to be side length over 2 tangent of 180 over n. So this figure right here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides. So n is 7. And then the side length, this one I've got to do a little weird. Okay? We would take the perimeter and we would divide it by the number of sides. Okay? So 67.5 divided by 7, it gives us this gross decimal. Remember what I was telling you yesterday, the more times you round off, the less accurate your answer is? So instead of writing it like the decimal, see how my calculator changed it here to like fraction form? I'm just going to use that fraction. For my side length, I'm going to use 67.5 over 7 as my side length. And that just keeps me accurate longer. All right, so if I want to find the apothem, so we're going to use this formula. So the S goes on top. We've got a fraction. We can put a fraction on top of a fraction. I'm just going to stick it in parentheses. Okay, that's that S. And then now I can write this bottom part. 2 times tangent of 180 over n. N is 7 sides. So it's kind of crazy with all those fractions in there, but your calculator will do it and it will look just like that. So on the top, I'm just going to enter another fraction. Nothing that keeps you from doing that. Completely okay to do. and then 2 times tangent, and then here on the bottom, I'm going to put another fraction in. Completely okay. And we get 10.01, and then this is going to be feet. So to find the area on these, because now we have the perimeter and we have the little a, it's the formula we had yesterday. Little a, big P. So area equals 1/2, and I'm going to use this amount, even though I rounded it, I'm going to use that amount. 10.01, and then perimeter is 67.5. All right, here we go. Just plug in those values in. And if we round it, 337.84 feet squared. Let's do another one like that, okay? So number of sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we need the side length. So we take the perimeter and we divide it by the number of sides. So 54 divided by 6. This one's got a decent side length on it at least. All right, to find the apothem, so this top one. So side length goes on top, that's equals. So 9 over 2 times tan, 180, and then n is 6. All right, 9 and then 2 times tangent times 180 over 6. And if we round it, stays 7.79. And that's going to be feet. And then if we want to find the area, 1/2 little a times the perimeter. Oh, it's already rounded for us, so we're good. 210.33, and that would be feet squared. All right, I am actually going to do 9 and 10 with you. 9 and 10 are the hardest ones on here. Okay. So now we have the area. So we're still going to use this formula here for the apothem. Okay? Here's how this one works. So, yeah, if you want to do one more here. So on 9 and 10, our side length is going to be equal to x. And then our perimeter is going to be equal to the number of sides times x. Number of sides we can find. The n value we can find. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. And so we're going to find the apothem using this formula up here. So instead of s, we're going to put an x and then 2 times tangent of 180 over n. That's still our apothem. And we're going to still use this area formula. Okay? Here's what it looks like. We know the area this time. So this big A, we're going to replace with this. So 387.13 equals, all right, 1/2. And then our apothem. Here's our apothem. X over 2 tangent, sorry, I'm having to write so small, 180 over, and then the number of sides, 5. Lots of parentheses. And then big P is our perimeter. Perimeter is n times x, so number of sides is 5, so 5x. Okay. So when I do this one I do menu 3-1. 9 and 10 are the only two that you use menu 3-1 on. All right, 1/2, and then all these crazy parentheses now. And that's why we're going to work these two together, is because the parentheses get out of hand in this one. And it's really easy to lose track of your parentheses. So I'm going to do menu 3-1 on this whole thing. It gives me an x value. X is 15, but that's not my answer. X is the side length. So I have to go all the way back to this formula, and I'm going to plug a 15 in here, or just this piece in the center, because that's my apothem. And where that x is, I'm going to put a 15 there. So 15, and then again, just that formula, filling it in. And then that's my apothem. So those get real squirrely really quick. So my apothem length here is 10.32, and then it's inches. Okay, so number 10, we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to find our number of sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. All right, and then our formula. So we have the area this time. 90.84 equals 1/2. All right. Now my side length, or my apothem length, x over 2 tan, and then 180 over the number of sides, 7. And then my perimeter, n times x, number of sides is 7, so this one's going to be 7x. And then we can menu 3-1 it. Again, there is not going to be a quiz over this material, so don't feel panic if you're starting to go, whoa, it's okay. So 1/2, and then again all these crazy fractions in parentheses. 180 over 7, 7x, comma x. Most of these will round up to a nice pretty number, so like 4.999. X is going to be 5. And then again, I'm going to take that value and I'm going to plug it into just the apothem part. So we're going to do 5 and then 2 tan, 180 over 7, and the apothem length, yep, that's what I got, 5.19 feet. So again, you don't have to do any like that on your own. Okay, so you've got those top 4. I will move this down where you can see all my work for those. Let me zoom out a little bit. And then you get done today, we do have a quiz. It is due by the end of class tomorrow, but if you get time today, work on it today, because remember tomorrow's a short half day, okay?